I stepped into this school sometime in 1979, and I slept on this compound because my best man, Lawrence Muruki from Karatina, was posted to this school after our training in Kenyatta, and I was posted in Western Province. So I came here and stayed with him overnight to know where he was. He was a best man, and we knew each other too closely. So that's the first time. The second time I came here, I was instructed by my peers, Professor Karega Mutai, to come for a day like this one. So, and the third time I'm coming on invitation of the board, courtesy of my Deputy Vice Chancellor of Finance, Professor Washira. Ladies and gentlemen, the girls, the entertainment, the girl guides, the Kisi item, there was a beautiful item by Gentrix Mungai. There was the Shairi group, the Christian Union, but that duet of Agatha Minor and Precious just blew up my mind. I want to thank them. I want to thank the vernacular radio presenters, the school choir. You have made my day, coming from Nairobi and just enjoying a different setup where I'm not under pressure. So I want to say this, Mr. Manyara, I see good brains when I look at them once. So Mr. Manyara, I liked the way you organized the prizes. We did not take more than 12 minutes and all the awards had been done. What an organization. But above all, yes. But above all, Mr. Manyara, I what crossed my mind was that, my God, look at how smartly he's dressed. Because you are mentoring these young people, and you must remain smart, and it tells me a lot. So these grandchildren of mine, Gentrix, come forward, Agatha and Precious. I just want to say thank you. You made your grandfather very, very proud. Where are they? Very, very proud and very courageous. My God. I'm calling you my grandchildren because my first grandchild is at Precious Blood in 4th form. So I can see this and I'm saying, my God, what a wonderful, wonderful pair. So I don't know whether you're allowed to buy bread here. Kahuhia Girls, are you allowed to buy bread? For the rest of the students, just know in life, chance favors the prepared mind. The board, the principal, the teachers, the parents, invited guests, and most importantly, the brilliant and beautiful daughters of Kahuhia Girls. Today is a day of celebration, but also of reflection. Because behind every prize awarded today, there's a hidden story. A story of sacrifice, a story of hope, a story of someone who refused to give up. And so I would like the girls of Kahuhia Girls to dream more. And please remember, in life, education can take you from that poor environment, that difficult environment. I was reading about your member of parliament and the school he went through. I've never heard him boast that he went through Alliance Boys or Nairobi School. He went through a very ordinary school. And there he is today, a voice of reason across the country. So why can't you be like Mary Atieno, who, this is a true story, he came from a home where her father had lost his job. Her mother sold vegetables in Line Saba in Kibera. Every morning, Mary would help wash the clothes of her younger siblings, sweep the compound, and then walk over 4 kilometers to school. Her classmates had pens, rulers, and packed meals. She had none of these, but she had something greater, a dream. She used to say, one day I'll wear a white coat and be called a doctor. She studied under smoky kerosene lamp, Koroboi. She stayed behind after class to ask questions while others ran off to play. Sometimes she went to sleep hungry, but she never complained. And when results came, she had topped the then Kakamega County. He's a prominent doctor today, a consultant. I'm talking about the power of sacrifice. That is the power of a dream. Kahuhia Girls have come to ask you to dream. I've come to ask you to sacrifice. So young ladies of this school, some of you are seated here today and are going through quite some battles. We don't know. Maybe you have lost a parent. Maybe your family struggles to pay your fees. Maybe you doubt your own worth. But let me tell you something. You are not what you lack. You are what you carry inside yourself. So I want the girls to carry fire in yourselves, carry your potential, and carry a destiny that only you can fulfill. But there's a secret to this, the girls of Kahuhia, about chasing your dreams. You must walk with humility as you chase those dreams. And parents, I want you to encourage these girls to chase their dreams so that they can become what God wanted them to become. So parents, my word to you is keep sacrificing. And I'm glad to see that the majority of the parents here in Muranga, we actually have a mix of fathers and mothers, unlike other places where you usually have the mothers dominating. Maybe this is a girls' school. That's why fathers are also here. Knowing the relationship between fathers and their daughters. By the way, I meet my friends and they tell me, oh, I have 2 sons or I have 3 sons. I don't tell them, but in my heart I say, you are in trouble. Because I have 7 children. God took one away, but she left behind a daughter. And what a delight it is to have a daughter. Whenever my M-Pesa phone rings, the money tone, it has to be Marlin. It can't be Nelson. No. So just remember that. And mothers, you hold our homes. I don't know where I would be myself if Agnes didn't hold the home. Although now she's bedridden in sickness, I don't know where we would be without a mother. I don't have the time to narrate, but many times when I had problems with my children, it is the mother I sent. Fathers, in a typical voice, go and talk to your children. And the mother solves the problem. So the parents keep sacrificing, keep encouraging these girls. By the way, Kahuhia Girls, you are not as extraterritorial or whatever you're saying. You are not that. This is a national school. In every right, by every definition. Yes. So if you keep saying we are extra county, then you will be content. I asked Professor Wachira, what was the mean last year? By the way, I have not heard that. Nobody has mentioned the mean today. I was told it was 7 point something. Not for Kahuhia Girls. We can just resolve. We can resolve, by the way, to be the best girls' school in this country. And I know we can do it. I'm also talking as a high school principal because I'm the one who pioneered Sunshine School in Nairobi. The late president gave me that opportunity, and we pushed Sunshine to be in the top 10 on first attempt. Kahuhia, you can be better than that other school you think is a national school. To the girls, I want you never to forget your story. Unajua tukija hapa tukiwa wengi, saa zingine madhumuni yetu inakuwa tofauti. Tunaanza kudidimia, tunaanza kujifikiria ya kwamba tuko sawa kwa sababu wengi wetu tuko katika hicho kikundi. I want you never to forget your story. I am today what I am because I never forgot my story. I'm a son of a driver, God rest his soul. And I grew up in Kibera Line Saba. And I went through day school. Upper Hill School was a day school those days, from 1 to 4. And in a day school where I also did with the Koroboi, I still made a first division and then was called to the prestigious Mangu High School for Form 5 and 6. But I never forgot my story, that in my father's house there was no meat. That in my father's house, my mother, I had never seen my mother wearing shoes. That my mother went to shambas of people so that she can get some money to buy omena for her only son who had come for holidays. And she couldn't afford anything better. I never forgot that story. Lakini wengi wenu mnakuja hapa mnasahau your story. You begin to pretend that you come from a well-off family. I remember one time my mother had to come to Upper Hill School because I was getting an award. And she couldn't walk through the gate. She stopped at the gate and they were persuading her to come in. She couldn't because she didn't have shoes. And she was in a faded dress until I went to pick her from the gate. And even then, she was walking along the hedge. Some of you will never get the grade you want because you are forgetting your story. Munajiinua katika kile kiwango ambacho hampo. Just know your story and your story will drive you. So in Nairo's house, every Wednesday, omena is served with ugali for supper. Because I never want to forget my past. And my children, God has blessed them, they will never visit me on Wednesday. They will never come. Because in their father's house on Wednesday, omena is served. Students of Kahuhia Girls, what is your story? I met a boy, Kosgei. I met a Kapsabet, Kenya High, all those schools. I met a boy, Kosgei, about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. The mock results had come out. And Kosgei had gone to Kapsabet boys with very high marks. And on the mock list, he was number 112. I remember that. And I told, as I was talking about not forgetting your story, he started crying. And he came to the car and he told me, Prof, we live in one room in Nandi Hills. My father works on those Majani places. And I'm the only hope of my family. And I said, what has happened? I was too much occupied in games and other things. But your story has encouraged me. That boy, when the results came for Kapsabet boys, he was actually number 3 in the school. And Henry Kosgei that time was giving scholarships for the top boys. He has gone through his studies. He's now holding a PhD in entomology and is not even thinking of coming back to Kenya. Yeah. And you know, Honorable Nyoro, you know, this country is becoming so difficult that many Kenyans are not encouraged with what we are seeing. So I want, life has a way of teaching us that if you want to do well in life, remember your story, put on the apron of humility. Muwe wasichana wa unyenyekevu, vile wakili ametuambia hapa leo. Humility lasts forever. I'm saying you may be brilliant, you may even be the best, but never forget character will take you further than talent ever will. And I don't have time, but I want you to go to Galatians 5:22-23. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. That's what I want from the school, the students of Kahuhia Girls. And if you walk with this, God will be with you always. So I want to congratulate, as I finish with the students, our prize winners, but let this not be the end of your journey. Let it be the spark to light up your future. And for those who didn't get an award, don't lose heart. A prize is nice, but a purpose is greater. So your timing is coming. Yes. I want you to have a deeper purpose in life. Our parents, please give the reality to your children. So if you're coming to visit her today, just come the way you are. Don't go to Mshwari to come and convince her that you are okay. No, genuinely tell her, this is how it is, and you'll be my salvation if you work hard. Parents, many of us misdirect our students, our parents, our children, because we give them an impression of who we are not. I've come to urge our parents of this great school to teach these young girls the reality of life. To the teachers of Kahuhia Girls, I have only one word to leave with you. Never, never count duty by the shilling. Never, never count duty by the shilling. So if our parents feel our toil and they give us money for lunch and honorarium, that's fine. But that should not be what drives you to help these students. Colleague teachers, I have risen through the ranks. My last school was Sunshine School in Nairobi, but before that I was at Lubino Boys in Western. And toiled with the boys in maths and chemistry. And my deputy, Amayo, God rest his soul in peace, teaching history and CRE. And Lubino Boys moved from position 1,250 nationally to position 56 in the first year I was in that school. Yes. But the point I'm saying is this. I did not know Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. I did not know Moi for him to give me a school. No, Moi just looked at the papers and asked, who is this headmaster who has moved from position 1,200 to position 56? Bring him here. That's how I went to Sunshine. The provincial director drove to my school, said, the president wants you in Nairobi. I had a faded jacket, not like this one, which Agnes used to wash in water and then iron. So I went to State House and I found ministers sitting in the waiting room, and then the then comptroller, Bet, called, where is this headmaster who has come? So I was pushed beyond the people in the waiting room and I went to see the president. And he was sitting like where those tents begin. So here I was walking towards him as he watched. Then he told me, sit down. I sat down. And then he told me, you know, I don't want money from that school. I want you to give me a name in Nairobi because I have a lot of problems with Nairobi people. They don't believe in me. So I want their children to come there and they should do well. That was the only instruction. So I kept on saying, yes, sir. Hata zingine sikuwa nasikia, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Na jasho inatoka kweli kweli. So I said, yes, Your Excellency, yes, sir. And then he said, that is my instruction, you go and start that school. That's how I started Sunshine on Langata Road. But the interesting thing is this, when I had stood up and as I was walking away, he called me back. After about, 2 meters, he called me back. So I turned, almost falling down. And then he had suitcases on his desk, this side and this side. So he opened one of the suitcases. No, briefcases. And he took out notes. I had never seen brand new notes like those ones. He took out 300,000 in notes. And he said, take this. I hesitated. I said, no, you take this. Because at Lubino Boys, even a tender, the biggest tender I would give would be 30,000 or 40,000. So if you're talking about corruption, the vendor would tell me, I'll give you 10%. So if it is 30,000, he'll give you how much? 3,000. And he doesn't give you the 3,000 there and then. He waits when you meet at the petrol station. And I said, wekea mwalimu 500. When you meet in a social place, he follows you to the toilet. Unaona zile nilikupa zilikuwa 3,000, sasa nikakupa 500 tukiwa huko, na ile nyingine nikakupa imebaki 1,200. Chukua hii 200. I never saw that kind of money. So I took the money and I didn't know even how to carry it. My jacket, the one I told you about, that has been washed, the pockets can't take 100,000. So he gave me a bag, a briefcase for me to carry the money. And he said, Sasa mwalimu, I want you to go and dress like the principal of a president's school. I am joking, but I'm telling the teachers here, never count duty by the shilling. It is those students of Lubino Boys who determined my future. Yes. I struggled with them. And God was seeing. God is always seeing. And so I went to Sunshine, and after that, the rest is history. But if you are in Kahuhia Girls, my colleague teachers, and you are always complaining, hawajatupa pesa, wazazi walisema watacontribute, hawa watu tunawafanyia kazi, they don't know how much we work for these girls, they are very ungrateful. Ukiwa mtu aina hiyo, God will resist you. I have come to appeal to the Kahuhia Girls teachers. Just sacrifice. It doesn't matter whether somebody gives you anything or not. Just sacrifice. God is seeing. And you'll be surprised what God will do in your life. Please don't count duty by the shilling. I want to urge the parents, please support this school. because you found the school was already built. So when they have a project like what they have, let us all come together. My DVC had not told me about the project, but we do a lot of corporate social responsibility, Madam Chair. So I will be asking Wachira to give me a check on Monday. Monday is a holiday. That will be Tuesday, towards that project of 500,000 shillings. I want us to help this school. And Madam Principal, increase your networks. Wachira has many networks. And they are not political networks. Nowadays, you want to avoid political networks unless you have a wonderful MP like this one. So in closing, I am very delighted. My heart is here. I was in Bishop Gatimu about 4 weeks ago. And now I'm at feel this school has not stretched enough to become what we want it to become. Yes. So sacrifice may be painful, but it bears fruit. The fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5:22-23 should be your guide throughout life. Learn to love. Learn to be persevering. Learn to accommodate. And I want you to have a virtuous spirit that really makes you become beautiful, the girls, as God wanted you to become. Shine and get those degrees, become prominent lawyers and doctors and engineers and teachers to serve our motherland, Kenya. And I want you to carry the power of a dream. I want the girls of this school, the teachers of this school, the parents to dream, because the dream, when you have a dream, it opens up the third eye, the mind's eye. So watu wanaona unawaangalia, lakini wewe unaona vitu zingine ambavyo hao hawavioni. This is what I want from you, the power of a dream. And we know what it is. Professor Wachira will tell you, we walked into Daystar with him with under 3,000 students. And in these 5 years we've been together, we are over 8,000. We have done projects I never imagined would do. He's been loyal as my finance deputy vice chancellor. I just thank God for him, but can we do something in this school? Since you are on the board, can you do something in terms of academics? Can you cause a revolution in this school so that Kahuhia Girls may stand? So Kahuhia Girls, you are not the future. You are the present becoming powerful. Yeah. I want you to remember that. You are not the future. You are the present becoming powerful. So I would like to hear good news with the results of next year. Wazazi wenzangu, tusaidie wanafunzi, walimu wenzangu na wasihi kwa unyenyekevu, tujitolee zaidi. Najua mmejitolea, lakini mjitolee zaidi. And that may God come before you. I don't know, this is an Anglican school, but may you know that He, God, is our everlasting portion. Bwana yu sehemu ya rafiki yangu wewe, katika safari yangu tatembea na wewe, pamoja na wewe, pamoja na wewe. katika safari yangu tatembea nawe. O maliha hapa sikutaka, ili ni heshimiwe na yani kutema shaka sawa sawa na wewe, pamoja na wewe, pamoja na wewe, katika safari yangu tatembea na wewe. So thank you very much, the board, for inviting me. I leave nothing but my spirit. Yes, that's all I'm leaving, my spirit. And that's a blessing, because when I left Moi University, it seems I went away with my spirit. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Please, Professor.
The highest mountains, cross the greatest oceans, and walk across the...
Tupigie makofi vizuri mgeni wetu wa heshima, Professor Laban Ayero.
Looking up for some hope tonight. You try to stand up, but you throw your hands up, like you no longer have the strength to fight. You've seen too many sunsets, too many days ending in the darkest night.
Asante sana mgeni wetu wa heshima. We appreciate the living of your spirit with us. Take us to the high mountain. Asante sana.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my very humble duty to really appreciate you, Professor Ayero. You've said such profound things to us. It's not just the students you addressed. You've said things, you've given us quite a number of quotes, and we really appreciate you, and you were just the right person to have been here for today. You said the things that needed to be said today. Thank you very much. God bless you so much. Thank you.
Cross the greatest oceans and walk across the water, the world. You feel defeated, falling on your knees and looking up for some hope tonight. You try to stand up, but you throw your hands up, like you no longer have the strength to fight. You've seen too many sunsets, too many days ending in the darkest night. But on your own you never know.
Thank you, Professor. I know we have many guests today, some have not been recognized. Maybe you were sent by your institution. I know we have a representative from NIPS, we have representative from very many other institutions. Kindly, as we continue, we are asking that you could come forward and just get yourself a seat here so that we can note that you actually came. So this time we are going to get to the next session, and the master of ceremony in this session is none other than Advocate Charles. Advocate Charles, sometimes we joke around and we say he's our Gen Z around. He really does so many things for this school. He encourages us. He's taught us so many things. We are happy to have him take the next session. Let us receive Advocate Charles.
You can do anything. You can do anything. You can do anything if you believe.
Good afternoon, everyone. Kweli sai kimeenda chini. Kahuhia oye. Tuko poa. Thank you so much, Prof. You've really taught us a lot. I like the part of you should not count duty by the minute, by the shilling. Wow. You know, we lawyers actually count duty by the minute. So when we bill you by the minute. But thank you for teaching us all those things. I like the theme of today, that our parents, our gem. And it's good to see all our parents around. Another round of applause for our parents. A better round of applause, please. Our parents, our gem. Karibuni sana wazazi wetu. All our guests, our chief guest, Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, our MP, Mheshimiwa Honorable Senator Veronica Maina, Dr. Munga. I have another friend called Anthony Karaoke, all the board members are present, our education officers, and all our other guests. Karibuni sana. We want to take shortest time in continuing to receive more inspiration as we continue with the day. Our main activity for the day is actually the award or the prize giving, but we are also raising funds because we want to leave this school a better school. We have seen the admin block, how it has been for a long time, and we want to change that. We want to be agents of that change, and we have done a lot in that direction. The board, through our chairperson and all the committees and all the members, they have been meeting and working tirelessly just to make sure that that block that we have today will not be the eternal admin block. Very soon, there's going to be a better block for our teachers, our non-teaching staff, and we shall have an admin block that matches the profile, the character, the greatness of Kahuhia Girls. So that is why we are here today, and I thank all of you for supporting us in that direction. Before I invite one of our invited guests just to continue inspiring us in many ways. He's a great man. I'm sure you all know him. I want to recognize, in line with the theme that you have today, I have many friends here, but I also have my best friend in this meeting. And my best friend, you'll be surprised, is none other than my father. And my father is here today. My dad is here today. I want him to stand up and just wave. We are very good friends. I don't call him dad, I call him Jimmy. Jimmy sasa? Kopoa. He's here to make sure that I am actually a board member. He has never believed. So he has come here to witness and confirm that what I tell him is true, and I'm sure now we are good. Because of time, I want us to hear from a great man. You know, when you're in the presence of a great man, you sit in a posture that is ready to receive and to hear and to understand. This man has built a bank that is not only recognized locally, but internationally. This man founded a bank that now commands a total assets by value. I'm not sure, the last time I checked, I think Equity Group was at 1.7 trillion, not even billion, trillion Kenya shillings in assets. All that came from the mind, the vision, and the dream of this man who we have today. I want you to stand up as we put our hands together and welcome Dr. Peter Munga. Okay, DJ. And you all may not know, but he's also the chairperson of the Murang'a County Budget and Economic Forum appointed by the governor. And when you hear all these projects that the governor is doing, the brains behind them, the advisory behind them are this team that is chaired by Dr. Peter Munga. Another round of applause. I will welcome him to speak to us.
Thank you very much, Advocate Charles Jenga, Professor Laban Ayoro, the chief guest of today's event. Let me first start by thanking you for the kind words as you talked about me, and in the place where you talked about those. The praise is also very important. That there are all these people, and this is where I come from. The chair of the BAO, of Board of Management, Dr. Joyce, the PA chairperson, Dr. Gonye, I don't know why the bee is following me. And wow. Anyway, can I say the senator and an old girl here, and by the way, she comes from home. That's why we agreed that as we come here, she's an alumni and we are the same color. Because that is one of the other reasons why I came here, is because for the first time I was coming in place of my wife, who is an alumni of this school. That's why I'm here, otherwise I would not have qualified to come here. Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, the principal, Madam Julia, plus all protocols observed, because the bee is still bothering me. We had a very good reading from the Bible today, relevant to where we are. And that there was a call to rebuild Jerusalem. And today, what I would like to suggest is that we should all come and rebuild the walls of Kahuhia School to be the center of excellence. This school, during my time, it was a school of whoever came here had to ensure that she has a dream of being an outstanding lady and a leader in the Republic of Kenya. That dream should be seen as we continue to celebrate the Kahuhia that we know. Kahuhia Girls would have been the alliance of all the churches, but because our boys who were doing some teacher training here, then those churches, the Methodist, the Anglican, and I think PCA decided to take it alliance to where they are today. Because the girls who came to this school, they actually excelled. They came here with dreams, many dreams about their future. There are girls who are not always available. There are girls of value. So whatever they did and whatever they dreamt of is value. That's why I say they were not available for anything else other than the value that they dreamt of. Being a doctor, being a lawyer, being an engineer. So they were actually isolated in a sense that they would spend their time in trying to create their value. They are not available every time. Jesus was also not available even to his disciples every minute. There are times he would run away from his disciples, go to a quiet place and play. And therefore, not being available every time that his disciples wanted him. So my message today to you students is to be women of value. Gold is variable because it's not available everywhere. So is diamond and even silver. So be unique so that you are variable because you are a girl. In terms of your behavior, in terms of wanting to maintain that leadership law that you acquire when you come to this school. This is a school that has for years and years been creating leaders and agents of change. Most of the successful homes are made by the alumni that you have heard about. See the way they walk. They are not buying a dress that every other lady is buying. They may not even want to wear a shoe that every other woman is wearing. They look for a shoe that has some uniqueness so that they can be identified as leaders in their own place. You may be wondering why I'm talking about this. It's because I would like you, once you are through in the career that is of your choice, then when you finish the training in that career, you become a professional of excellence that will be consulted by everybody in the line in which you have specialized. It is at Form 2, Form 3 that you should start having a dream of what you want to be. Either you want to be a doctor, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a lawyer, or whatever else that you think interests you and you want to be. And start living that life of an engineer in Form 3 or Form 2 if you start early. Start living that life of a doctor. Start living that life of the professional that you dream about. Don't wait until you are in Form 4, then you start wondering what you want to become. No. You should start early, so that even the subjects that you take and you want to excel in, they have a light combination of what you like to be. And start behaving like that. So remain focused with what you like to be. So this is a school that was creating for those who don't hate to dream. It's for those who like to dream and live to their dreams. So that once you are through and you are mature enough, then you'll be able to say, I'm this because this is what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a doctor. I want to be a neurosurgeon. I want to be a catalyst, the person to operate hearts in the best way possible. I want to be a lawyer. Or I want to be a politician. Therefore, you know what a politician should be. Is a person who also lives in imagination. My dear girls, my other reasons of coming here is because I learn at school, a boys' school. So I would like, as I go back to see them before they close, to give them your greetings. Should I? Should I say hello to them? You know which school this is? Pioneer School. A school of handsome men. Both physically and the head. Are you now happy that I'm going to tell them that you pass their greetings, your greetings to them? Can you clap for them? Wow, that didn't sound loud enough. Does that indicate that I am told that the richest part of the world is not where they produce oil. It's not even in DRC where they have gold and other minerals. It's not even the sea where they have the best fishes. It is actually somewhere that we all dread to go and sit. And that is, you'll be surprised, the richest part of the world is in the grave. It's where we bury people. Because most of the people buried there, virtually all, are people who have yet not achieved their dreams, or they forget to pursue their dreams, then they die and they are buried there with their dreams. Top scientists, top professors, and top leaders When they die, they are buried when they have not actually accomplished their dreams while they are here on earth. So that is the richest place. But you can avoid enriching that grave, that part of the world, by making sure that as you develop, as you pursue your dreams, you make sure that whatever you dreamt of, you are implementing those dreams and achieving the result of those dreams every walk of your life. Then you die empty. And therefore, you will not be attracted to a grave, therefore you live longer. Are you with me? That's a way to avoid going there. Because that doesn't want you, because you're not going to enrich it. But the moment that you know, the grave knows that you're still very fertile, you have not used any of your dreams that will benefit the world, it invites you there to go early, earlier than you are due to go there. So my advice to you is that whatever dreams that you develop, what you dream of, try to apply it, try to implement it, irrespective of the position, the condition in which you are. The professor here told us that you live your life, the history of your life. I have tried to live the history of my life. As a young boy, I couldn't afford 5 shillings to go to study for. I had to be supported by a Catholic priest in Tuso for me to be admitted in study for. Study for where I was taken to school by no other than her father, Senator Veronica, because that was during the emergency, and I come from that area, was protected area, and it was to shoot on live on site whoever was not escorted by somebody wearing a government crown, a white thing that was being put on the cap. So every morning he would take us there, and they would stay there until we are through at 3 o'clock, take us back home. So he did a great job, otherwise she would not have gone to school. And that's why she has also become a leader, because she comes from where I come from. That is where leaders come from. Not necessarily political leaders, leaders who want to make wealth. That's why I dreamt of starting a bank with only 5,000 shillings, which is probably in the pocket of everybody here, except them. With 5,000 shillings, determination and passion, and wanting to achieve my dream, I started a finance house equivalent to a bank in Kangema, in a shop that big. And it's from there that we build that bank to now the greatest bank in East and Central Africa, with the largest asset base, with over 18 million customers, having started with one customer in Kangema. So that one customer has now become the base of the 18 million customers that we have in our banking institution. That is all about the dream, wanting to fulfill your dream, dreaming of becoming a chairman of a bank at the age of 35. Then Because I have also married a girl from Kahuhia with strong dreams too. She encouraged me. I felt I would fail to go home to be asked, how far are we going? Are we going to open a second branch? So you also look for somebody who is aligned to your dreams. And because you are from Kahuhia, you will therefore be able to attract somebody with similar great dreams, so long as you have those dreams and you try to achieve them. So, as we build our Kahuhia Center of Excellence, if the issue is putting up the demonstration block and the other facilities that are required so that we can reinvent ourselves to be who we are and what we have been, so be it, and we shall support you with everything that we have. So I came today for those two reasons. First, to pass my greetings, also to honor the request of the alumni of this school. And in this school, even if you are from Makerere or from Nairobi University, your character, if you are to be allowed to go through that gate, is really evaluated by the so-called the principal of this school, Macedona. Is it Macedona? Macedona. She was a very strong lady, sent all the way to this place by the Queen to create women leadership in Kenya. And therefore, we should leave that legacy. Have a great day. I'm being reminded of one omission, serious omission, that I have not said my contribution. I just came to present myself with the 200,000 shillings because I think that is good enough. So long, if the girls can send me with good greetings to Pioneer. Is that so? Tell them they are good, handsome men. They are bright. They should come here one of these days.
DJ, I will ask one of our BOM members, Mheshimiwa Nyagia, to just say a word of gratitude and thanksgiving to our guest.
Thank you very much, Chair, Advocate Charles. I wish to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Monga, one, for your presence. These days they say the power of presence. We really appreciate you coming to this function. You're actually the first person to arrive among the guests. Congratulations. I also want to say he's given us very strong words and message. You've shared a lot with Monga at various functions, and especially when I was CC Education Morant. We really appreciate your input. We really appreciate your advice and the message that you've given us as Kahuhia Girls. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
So, Madam Principal, we are fundraising now. Where is the treasurer? We need to collect checks. We are now on the money side of things. So we have a check of 200,000 from Dr. Peter Munga. Mpigeni makofi tafadhali. And we already have 500,000 from Daystar Group. Mpigeni makofi. Yeah, so we are going on very well. We want to rush things a bit because of time and also the weather. We want to hear now from an alumni of this school, a lady who is not only a leader, but also a personal friend. I got to know him when I was tasked to do some job for the UDA Secretariat, where she was heading. And from there, we became very good friends. And I admire her level of organization and self-confidence. You know, self-confidence is a winner by itself. I don't want to introduce her so much. She's going to speak for herself because of time. I don't want to recite the protocols again. We shall adopt them as they are. But I want us to put our hands together as we welcome Madam Senator Mheshimiwa Veronica Maina, Kahuhia Girls alumni.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my good friend, Mr. Jenga, advocate, also the chair of disciplinary committee of the UDA. And at the very onset, allow me to first apologize because my voice is hoarse. I got a cold. I was wondering how I would speak in this event, but I had to encourage myself and take some tablets so that I can be with you. To the chief guest, Professor Laban, whom we deeply admire for what the journey you have walked from Moi University to your current assignment. Thank you very much for the good words you've spoken to us. Dr. Munga, founder, Equity, who is like my father. I treasure and appreciate you. Thank you always for acknowledging what my dad did in your life. Maybe because of such, God bless my dad with children like me so that he can know what he did in Mr. Munga's life was not in vain. Though my dad did not go to school himself, he only went up to maybe class 2, but he's a man I deeply admire. He's worked so hard and made sure all his children have gone to school. Mrs. J here, Principal, Kahuhia Girls, thank you so much. Our area MP, whom we love so much, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro. You have one of the best MPs. Can you clap for him? He is a lover. He is a lover of education, and he's done an incredible job in Kiharu constituency. You have seen the beautiful schools, and he also did a good job as the chair of the budget committee, the board chair, the chair of the Parents Association, the teachers, the parents, the non-teaching staffs, and students, all invited guests. Good afternoon. God is good all the time. I also want to acknowledge a few guests I came in with. Our MCA, nominated MCA, Susan Durango from Kirinyaga, mpigie makofi. She's holding a leadership position. I came in with Grace, Mombi, Petra. I came in with Pastor Martin. I don't know where they are. I did not want to show up in my old school alone. I had to come and show I have a team and I work with a team. Wapigie makofi tena. I am so delighted that Mr. Jenga insisted I had to be there together with the Alumni Association. Waiverero advocate, who is my senior. We have a pecking order in the advocate's role. The one who gets admitted first becomes your senior. So she is my senior, and Mr. Jenga is my junior, happily so. So at least I have one junior in this venue. I am delighted to be, so delighted to be back to my school again. You look so beautiful, beautiful girls. Can you turn to your neighbor and affirm them and tell them how beautiful they look? Just the way we used to dress. You know, we came to this school and we wore the same uniform you were wearing. I was a student here from 1986 to 1989. I'm not a fossil, don't calculate my age. I wore the same uniform you say you were wearing, but it did not have this beautiful label for Kahuhia Girls. So I can see an improvement in that uniform. At the time when I was using this uniform, I didn't like it actually in principle. I didn't like green. But today, green is my best color because I discovered the emerald green, the beautiful green you are wearing, was being used in the catwalks in New York. So I said, you mean green is good after all? And it's the color of nature. So it turned out to be one of the good colors, and I have enjoyed it together with the yellow. I have a history with the yellow color. You know, I was the Secretary General of the UDA, and we used the yellow color. And I was the first woman Secretary General in Republic of Kenya. Yet, I was an old school in this school. I was raised in the village. I walked to school without shoes. I came to school not speaking English when I came to Kahuhia Girls. I could not express myself properly in English language. And I always make this joke with my friends that I am among the students in Kenya who are instructed on how to speak English using Kikuyu language. We used to be told, cat nenyau, dog newe neke. We used to be instructed English in Kikuyu language. And yet today, by the grace of God, I went on. I had the basic education from Kahuhia Girls in the high school, Kanyanyaini Primary School. I proceeded on to University of Nairobi by the grace of God and passed a Bachelor of Laws and proceeded on to University of London for my Master's in Law. And I have also done other qualifications from San Remo International Institute of Humanitarian Studies, Kenya School of Law, among other colleges and certifications that I have been given. So what started as just an invisible village girl, what I started as an invisible village girl turned me into somebody who could eventually speak the English in spite of the accent at international platforms and doing consultancies with the UN. So even before I became a senator, I was still doing my legal practice and able to consult with organizations like the UN. I only tell that story with a great humility so that you can know you can become what you would love to become in your life. Your dream can come true. And don't lose your dream, ladies. Girls, don't accept to lose your dream midway. Don't accept relationships that will distract you from losing your dream. You know, if you choose to have a relationship today with a boy, you get distracted, you get pregnant, your dream will be sabotaged. Can you turn to your neighbor and say, don't sabotage your dream? There will be a time when it will happen that it is us who will even be pushing you to get married. But before you are fully qualified here, you've gone to university or to a college, gotten your qualifications, don't try that business of babies too early in your life. You'll struggle too much. And women who have had that, some have gotten out of that quagmire, but with a lot of struggle. And some have fallen into very bad relationships, which have even taken them down to the grave. Don't accept that. Don't shortchange yourself. Work hard. Look at your dream. Own it. Work very hard for it. When you get discouraged, don't give up on your dream. Let everyone else around you give up on their dream, but don't be the one to give up on your dream. Whatever you can dream to become, you can actually become. At one point during my career, I was heading the Secretariat for Women in the Maritime Sector in East and Southern Africa. And I want to encourage you, girls who can do STEM subjects, take them up. Go into new fields like mining. Go into new fields like maritime courses.
be out in the sea, be the one who is our captain, Elizabeth Marami, the first woman to steer a vessel from Republic of Kenya, now celebrated internationally for becoming a captain of a very huge vessel. Be that girl who takes up engineering, who takes up unusual professions which are male-dominated, so that when I come back here, we will be awarding very unique careers principle. We will be awarding girls who have ascended to high levels in science subjects. That's why I became very uncomfortable when it sounded as though mathematics was being removed from one of the basic compulsory subjects. I was not too good in mathematics, but I scored a B-. I could have done better if I had worked a little hard. But don't accept to leave the mathematics behind. Go for it, because there are fewer women in that category, and you will find yourself spearheading one of the biggest entities or research firms as you continue to study. I know Principal will call us for a motivation day, but let me say I am very inspired to see the young, beautiful girls being with joy and hope for a bright future in days to come. And because today we have recognized the good performance as one of the ways of encouraging you and telling you to keep going higher, I just want to say this finally. As I went down, education moves you from down there in the village and says you can now take your address, you want to go international. Do you have a dream? What do you want to become? Let me see the doctors. Are they there? Engineers? That is, education is your equalizer. I am pleased to note that you have transitioned 78% of the last year's student to university. We want to see much higher than 78%. Is it possible to get 90% going to the universities? Are you promising me you can do that? Teacher, I hope one of the classes, the fourth form classes, can visit us in Senate, and I welcome you to visit. We can organize with the school, you come and see how we work at the Senate. After I did a lot of work at the UDA party as a Secretary General, I was given a chance to be nominated as one of the senators in the Republic of Kenya. So out of the 67 senators we have in Senate, I am one of them. And I want to encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Please just tell your neighbor as I wind down, be the best version of yourself. Work hard and don't stop. Work until you achieve. Character is everything, just like Professor Ayiro told us. Character is everything. It will transcend your certificates. So don't give up on your character. Don't compromise it. Be your best, and God will bring out the best. You have a unique gifting that only you in the whole world can fulfill that. You don't have to copy paste your neighbor. You have a unique gifting. And like in a jigsaw puzzle, it is only you who can fit within that assignment. So I want to wish you the best and to tell you that you have my hand of fellowship and my hand of friendship in mentorship. And when the principal wants us to come back here with other professionals, she will tell us and we will come back. To the alumni, let's keep supporting the school. To the parents, you are the best gem we can ever have for today. Without your support, these girls will not make it. Can we clap for our parents as I wind down? And now, as I encourage you to name your dream, to own your dream, and to work on your dream, and not to give up on your dream. I spoke to my friends and told them I was coming for a fundraiser here today. And one of the friends that I spoke to, was the deputy president, whom we are also working together with in government. And he sent me with 500,000 Kenya shillings. Are you happy with that? Do you want him to come and visit here? Do you want the president to visit Kahuhia Girls? Can I ask him that you've invited him? Okay, very well. So, and my contribution will be 300,000 Kenyan shillings. And for the girls, when I was a young girl and I was here, we used to have Uncle Ken Matiba, the memories of whom I still cherish and treasure, as one of the great leaders who came from this constituency and from our region. And I remember one day he came and he bought us a cow for lunch. Can you imagine that? We were excited. We've never forgotten. When we came out of school on Abodidi, we followed Ken Matiba, Honorable Ken Matiba in Diani to visit him, to appreciate him as our big uncle. And because he's not here with us, and we are the leaders whom God has positioned here to serve, I want to give the principal 200,000 shillings for lunch for the girls. God bless you, and I love you. Thank you so much.
Makofi, makofi tafadhali, makofi. Madam Principal, pesa iko hapa, tafadhali give me the basket. Students, makofi tafadhali as we count the money. Yeah, now we're in business. Now we're in business.
Now, our MCA, can you just give your name to this student? She has added us 10,000 shillings.
Senator, wazazi na wanafunzi kwa jumla, hamjamboni? Jensi hai. Jensi hai. Kwa majina naitwa Mheshimiwa Susan, na mimi nilichoose kutembea na Vero kwa sababu niliangalia kitu moja Murang'a, nikaona Ndindi, kila saa Ndindi amefanya. Nikasema nitatafuta mwenye tutakuwa tunatembea na nani? Na yeye nikaangalia nikaona Veronica Senator na yeye na Ndindi ni kama wanafanya nini? Kama wanafanya nini? Si utitembea na yeye. Mimi ni nominated MCA Kirinyaga County, na si mnajua governor ni miji. Governor nani? Kama nyinyi. Na Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, asante sana, leo niko kwako. Na ninakupenda sana kwa kazi mzuri unafanya. Na wacha nimwambie kitu moja, Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, si ati Murang'a peke yake ndio inakutegemea. Sisi kama wa Kenya tunakutegemea.
Haya, asante sana. Then niko na Grace, hii ni your lunch. Grace, you have your contribution. Grace Mogambi, my friend, 10,000. Na niko na ofisi ya Pasamati na metumwa na rafiki yetu anaitwa Gedenji Mwangi.
Yeah. Bwana sifiwe. Hallelujah. Naitwa Pastor Martin, working with Alliance Realtors. Tunafanyanga mentorship programs in all over East Africa, na amenituma leo na 50,000.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Ofisi ya Senator Veronica Maina wameleta 10,000. Hao ni wale tunafanya kazi nao, na nimepewa 20,000 iko kwa M-Pesa, nitaituma from my friend Christine Kamami, advocate, one of the best advocates in matters of merging and demerging companies, money markets. She sent me 20,000. Thank you.
I will welcome chairperson of the board just to pass a message of appreciation. Makofi tena. This is over 500,000 plus the other contributions. I think we have 600,000 from Senator Veronica. 800 plus more. Makofi tena tafadhali.
Wow. Girls, you're happy? You have chapatis and a whole cow. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so very much. We are so grateful for the honor and the privilege of having an old girl visiting us and being a blessing to us. So, Madam Honorable Veronica, we are truly, truly honored to have you as our guest, accepting the invitation and the inspiration and the words of wisdom you've spoken to these girls. And in addition to that, you didn't just come alone, you brought along your friends, your entire office, and we are truly honored and grateful. So God bless you so much. May you never lack. Keep inspiring the girls. Indeed, we need mentors. So we'll be reaching out to you for mentorship. Asante sana. Back to Charles.
So thank you so much, Madam Senator. Thank you for the lunch. So that is for lunch. Hiyo si ya kujenga, si ndio? Is it? Wasijaribu kutumia hiyo kujenga, si ndio? Lunch kwa leo ama siku gani? Yeah. Asanteni sana. Now we want to go to the last guest for this section because of our time. Thank you so much, Madam Senator. She was my boss at the UDA Secretariat. She taught us many things, and she actually inspired me to do a master's also in law from the University of ISDE in Madrid, Spain. So thank you so much for that. I've also received Kenya shillings 10,000 from my friend Anthony Karaoke. Karaoke, just wave. Mr. Karaoke works in Brigham, Kenya. Na nimepata 10,000 shillings from my best friend Jimmy, my dad. Pigeni makofi tafadhali. So we have 20,000. Now, without so much further ado, I want us to welcome one of our own, a leader we love, a leader we can relate with, a leader who we are proud of as people from Kiharu, people from Muranga, and the young people of Kenya. I know her, I know him. As a friend and as a client. Adansi ngoma gani? DJ tupatie ngoma ya mheshimiwa tafadhali. Huyu hawezi ingia hivi kama.
Thank you very much. Tukae chini, nitamshida tu kudance kwa hivyo. Wacha nisimuaibishe. Thank you very much, my brother, Wakili Charles Jenga, our chief guest today, Professor Laban Ayilo, a mentor to many, my good friend and mentor, Chairman Peter Monga, my sister, Honorable Vero, ama Senator Veronica, our principal, also my very good friend, Madam Jehia, our Reverend wa hii kanisa yetu ya Kahuhia ACK, Reverend Francis Waweru, our VOM Chair, Dr. Joyce, our PA Chair, Dr. Gonye, all the other guests who are here, including the entire BOM of Kahuhia Girls, wazazi ambao wamefika hapa shule ya Kahuhia, na hawa wadosi wa kesho ambao ni wanafunzi wa Kahuhia Girls National School. Good afternoon. Wazazi hamjambo. Oza. Oza. Ciareni mwakigwa ciana cianyu. Mimi nimefurahi sana kuja hapa Kahuhia siku ya leo. Na niliacha the last time we came kuna kitu tulikuwa tunasema. Every minute counts. Thank you very much. Mwalimu, kabla niseme yangu ambayo ni machache sana. Nimesikia kuna salamu imeletwa hapa na Dr. Monga. Na nikasikia reception. Na nikajiambia nilete salamu, nitaiitisha baadaye kwanza nifikishe. Niletee girls salamu, wacha nione ni gani mnapenda. Na waletea salamu za Alliance Girls. Haya, very well. Na waletea salamu za Murang'a High School. Na waletea salamu ya Mugoiri Girls. Na waletea salamu ya Jiris Boys. Asanteni sana kwa kupokea salamu, hata ili hamujapokea wazazi wameona. I am very glad to be here today. Na vile nimesema itakuwa machache. First of all, I want to apologize to our parents. We have some ongoing works around the school. And I know when you are making something better, sometimes you have to make it worse first. And that is why I know in terms of mobility around here, the road was a challenge. But it's because, as you can see, it is under repair and construction or periodic maintenance. So the next time you come, I'm sure it will be better. Ni barabara hii tunatengeneza ya Murang'a all the way to Kangema. The second thing is that, yes, where we are meeting is a field, but I'm sure the school is, the precincts of the school, especially where the classrooms are domiciled, is much better. Baraka ya mvua ni mzuri, but I also know leo uwaja imekuwa uwaja vile tumeona. But it's basically because sometimes even as a leader, there is a limit to what you can do. Because you can't mark a field, for example. The much you can do is to plant grass, and I am sure you have taken note. Ningetaka kwanza ni oge machache sana kwa hawa wadosi wa kesho. I was here last time we had such an event, and there are just a few things on top of the insightful talk we had from Prof and Chairman and Vero. I just want to add just a few. Practical, the ones I have seen myself without being lectured or told, and especially in regards to what we expect when we are leaving Kahuhia and when we are leaving universities and therefore joining the world that we all are with the parents. One thing I have seen to the young ladies, the young women, the young engineers who are here, the young doctors, the young leaders. When you go out of Kahuhia, which has close to 80% transition to university, and you transition to a university, and therefore from the university you graduate, the normal thing we do is to look for a job, and it's normal. But when you get a job or an opportunity anywhere, including what we do in terms of leadership, then even within that field, there is competition. When you get a job in a bank, there is a competition on who to become the manager and the leader, the team leader for the others. When you become a politician, there are also hierarchies in terms of performance and the rest. When you are in business, it is also a competition. But there are some things that I have seen that are very critical, and especially to those who want to step out, those who want to be above average, in whichever case you choose, either as a doctor, either as an employee of a bank, either as a business person or any other. There are things you hear, but I'm just saying them because I know they are practical. One I have seen is that you need to be grounded. As a lady who is here, be grounded. Have some compass that controls you. But yes, you are here. There is some freedom around you. But up to what point do you then see, I can't step out of here? And within that one point, there are things that I have seen hata wazazi mutaniuga mkono. in the current world, there are some things that are actually more important than academic qualifications. One, they look banal, they look easy, but they are very, very important. One is honesty. In that issue of being grounded, you must be grounded around honesty. I have read the Forbes list. I have read books of leaders who have made differences across the world and across history. I have not seen one who benefited out of dishonesty. The second thing is trustworthiness. As a leader, as a parent, as a teacher, as a student, we may say many things, but how do people know you? Yes, there is how you describe yourself, but mtu akiacha kitu kwa darasa yako na aikose, akikuona huwa anafikiria nini? What kind of a brand have you built around yourself? How trustworthy are you? I can also tell you the truth. I am yet to see a billionaire. I am yet to see a millionaire. I am yet to see a successful leader who made it out of being untrustworthy. I have also not seen a bank promoting anyone to become a team leader who has a trait that is contrary to that. There is something else that I want you to always have. Within that one point, responsibility. These things, they look banal, as I said, but they are very critical. When you are late, for example, you work in a bank, there is a branch manager there, you work in a hospital, you already became a doctor from Kahuhia, you are already a lawyer working in a big law firm. When people see you, and especially your boss, your colleagues, your clients, how responsible are you? Wewe ni mtu wa aina gani? Ukiwachiwa kufanya kitu, hiyo kitu watu waangalia after some time, how do they get it? That is point number one. Point number two, which I have seen is important, is something called communication. Nawaambia hizi vitu nasema zinakaa easy, but I want you to start practicing them early. When you become a teacher and you need to become a principal, you need to be telling people something. Either it's parents, students, colleagues who are teachers, and the rest. When you are becoming a politician like I am, you have to sell what you are doing. You have to sell yourself also. Keep refining your communication ukiwa hapa Kahuhia. And communication is in many forms. One communication is conversational. When you are relating with people, what do you say? And what you say is based on what actually do you know. So in your field which you choose to excel in, start as early as now, gaining as much information around it, because it's that communication, it is that information that will give you confidence in communication of it. And when you are in high school, there are so many avenues to practice some of these things. If you already don't have a debate club, start one. Tell Mrs. J here, tunataka kuanza debate club, because it's a good field where you can hone your communication skills. They are very useful. Lastly, the point I want to give, have vision and be strategic. Have vision. Let me tell you something about myself, though it's not very good to give examples around yourself. There is a book I authored when I was in second year in Kenyatta University, where I was doing economics. So I authored a book titled How to Succeed in High School. That book, I actually also gave some here. If wenye walikuwa wameenda nazo, we can organize a few more. Now, this is the interesting thing. When I authored that book, I was in second year in KU. I barely knew Kiharu, because I come from a place called Gaturi. Na mtu wa Gaturi akienda kama Nairobi, hata hukuji upande. Unapitiaga Murang'a town ukienda. So there are so many people from Kiharu who actually don't know the other half of Kiharu. And I was that kind of a person. Now, when I authored this book, second year, university, hapa nyuma ya kitambu, kuna pahali tunaandikaga about the author. Unaandika mambo mengi, lakini hapa chini unaweka picha ya mwandishi ya hiyo kitabu na unaandika about that author. So I wrote Ndindi Nyoro is an economic student in Kenyatta University and some other stories there. But the last sentence of that book then was that, and Ndindi Nyoro, who is the author then, many years back as a second year university student, the last sentence about that book that I authored was that, and his future, Kiharu MP. Now, who am I now standing before you? MP for where? Current or future? So, as early as now when you're in Kahuhia, something that was said by Professor Laban, start already behaving like that doctor you want to become. Usigoje uanze kubehave kama doctor hiyo wakati. As early as now, start carrying yourself around like the professor you want to become very few years after when you leave Kahuhia. And that vision you have about yourself, iandike pahali, so that you can see it many times and often, so that it reminds you that you are not the current you. You are the future that. Na wazazi nikimaliza, and I'm saying I'm being practical. One thing that I will challenge you parents to be doing. Yes, there is the issue about talking to your child and the rest. But I challenge you, do not give up praying for your children. Na kama kuna mzazi amekuja hapa na anaenda nyumbani, and you have doubts about if prayers you pray for your children work, if you have that doubt, see me as Ndindi Nyoro and know that I am a product of God himself. And the best way that God anafikisha hiyo baraka kwa mtu, saa zingine ni kwa vile tunaomba. What I know for sure ni vile hiyo siku kutaka story mingi, like what every other speaker have said here, all of us are from backgrounds that you could never associate with a person being an MP. Some of us are from a background where even a chief to come from that family was already too much. Some of us are in families where, like myself, we were in secondary school, all of us the same time. My sisters were in Jobe High School. Another one was in college. I was in Form 1. It's where, mukiitwa parade mutu atumwe nyumbani kwa school fees, I knew, unless there was a mistake in the list, I am already there. I mean, nilikuwa tunasikia wanaanza kusoma, I start preparing my mind on how to go home. And therefore I know, ile baraka tunaombea wanafunzi na watoto, Mungu anaisikia, because there are things you cannot do out of your will or out of your ability as a parent. Mtoto akiwa hapa, na wewe uko nyumbani, I mean, there is nothing you can do physically, but there is something God can keep on doing and polishing, the young ladies, and polishing even the other ones who are not in Kahuhia, so that they become a blessing miaka ambayo inakuja. And I know for sure, hawa munaona hapa wazazi, hawa ndio Mungu atatumia kubadilisha taito yenu kama wazazi. Watu wasikuwa wanasema Baba Jerry yule wa Power So. Wakuwa wanasema Baba Jerry yule engineer mkubwa kule KQ. Waache kusema Baba Mary yule ambaye anapeangwa vibarua kwa kijiji, wataanza kusema ni Baba Mary yule professor wa Desta University. And that is the blessing I wish all of us. Nikimaliza, mimi nikisimama hapa naelewa kabisa hii shule ya Kahuhia iko na more people than those from Kiharu, because it's a big school. And because there are also very many people from Kiharu, nitatumia dakika moja tu niwashukuru sana wenye ni wazazi wa Kiharu na wanafunzi wa Kiharu. Wako hapa watu wa Kiharu? Tunyorokie Kiharu. Tunyorokie Kiharu. Ya, nimesikia iko watu wa Kiharu. Hapa Kiharu kuna kazi tunafanya, lakini ya masomo haswa, because hii ingine I don't want to tire you with them. We have around 112 public primary schools here in Kiharu, including one called Kahuhia Primary iko hapa, na ingine inaitwa Kirogo iko hapa. When I became MP in the first term, we decided lazima tubadilishe kwenye wanasomea. And like many of us here who are from villages, in schools that are deplorable, that is how Kiharu was. But out of all our 112 public primary schools, all of them as a representation of what you have done, tumefanya kazi ya kujenga na kurenovate, and all of them are tiled. All our public primary schools, watoto wanakanyaga tiles. Tumeanza pia maneno ya kabro. Ukiangalia kama shule iko hapa ya Kahuhia Primary iko na kabro, Kirogo iko na kabro. We have been able to kabro and landscape around maybe 30 something of them. Hata vile nimechelewa, I was commissioning one of them hapa chini, inaitwa Kiagage. A school that looks like a school where a child of any leader goes. Na kama mungetaka kuona ukipita hapa chini ukiteremka, utaona shule kama hiyo inaitwa St. Joseph Kiagage. It is actually a public school, and we do it on purpose. The other thing, we have a program called Kiharu Masomo Bora. We target day schools. And I want to apologize, maybe that is the reason why we are not able to invest a lot of our resources of CDF in Kahuhia Girls. Because we also have to look at the society at large. Lakini kwa hizo shule zote zetu za secondary schools, which are around 60 something, over 10,000 learners, all our day schools in Kiharu, the only school fees they pay per term is only 1,000 shillings. 1,000 only. Na kwa hiyo pesa wanakula shule, na pia the last Friday of the month kama leo wanakulaga chapati, all the schools. Msianze kuitisha chapati nyinyi watu. na on top of that, we are building laboratories, we are building halls, we are building libraries, we are building computer labs, we are modernizing our day schools so that even that child whose parents has no opportunity to be where we are in Kahuhia, they can also get a smaller Kahuhia in every village in Kiharu. And that is why, as my last point, vile Veronica amesema, where the world is going, the opportunities of the current world are opportunities around STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we must encourage our country not to be left behind when it comes to dispensations of the world. And that is why I want to encourage even the ministry and all the leaders that let us take STEM very seriously. Because we cannot be isolated as a country. Currently, the talk of the world, yes, I respect arts. I have also done arts in university, but we have to be alive at the current situation of the globe and the world and where opportunities are. And therefore, mathematics must continue to be a very primary subject in our learning institutions. Sciences must continue to be a very important segment of our curriculum, because that is where the modern world is heading. That is where the modern world and the opportunities of the modern world are. Na hayo mengi, mimi nawatakia baraka ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Mukienda nyumbani katika holiday ya Easter, I wish you God's blessings, and may every good thing that you desire come true in your life. Asanteni sana. May God bless you. Na kwa sababu sitaki, na pole sana nimeongea haraka because I was trying to save time. That is why nimeongea maneno haraka. So kwa sababu sitaki jenga anirudishe hapa kiniuliza kai woka atea. Jenga ni rafiki yangu, ni kama my brother, na nimefurahi sana kuona mzee who is also your friend. So there are many things we've been doing in this school, lakini kwa sababu leo tumekuja na hafla pia ya kutafuta pesa, let me not promise what we may do later in future about CDF and the rest. Nipeane ile kidogo niko nayo, iendelee na hiyo kazi. Na nimeona tulikuwa pia in the same spirit that even when we come here, girls have to smile. And I know you are going home today. But even if you are going home today, whatever it is that belongs to you must be left here today. Must not be a promise. So I'll give, because they are your project, 500,000. Na kwa ile project ingine ya the young ladies, mwalimu sasa hiyo siku, not just the young ladies, let them be even the teachers together as a community, because Kahuhia Girls is a family. So ile siku mtafugua mkiona ni lini, because practically may be impossible to do it today. Mkuwe na special meal, kama haitaisha mufanye special meal ingine. So kwa hiyo mambo ya kunyorokia maneno ya tubo, hata mimi nitaacha 200,000. Nimepea Jenga hiyo ya mjengo, sitaki ashike hii. Kuja president wa hii shule ushike kupokea, afadhali utapea mwalimu baadaye. President, tafadhali harakisha. Ama mwenye ako karibu asikirie president. Any prefect who is around here. Yeah. So pole DJ ni ya wakati. Nimempea symbolically kwa sababu hii shule iko na kabro, iko sawa. Kwa hivyo hiyo pesa sio ya kuweka kabro. Hii shule iko na gate, hata inakaa ya college. So hiyo pesa sio ya kujenga gate. Hii shule iko na madarasa ya kutosha. Kwa hivyo hiyo pesa sio ya kujenga darasa. Hii shule iko na vitabu, hata mumesoma zote, iko library. Kwa hivyo hiyo pesa sio ya kununua vitabu. Hiyo pesa yote isie kwa tubo ya hawa wadosi. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
A round of applause for Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro. Pesa ya lunch umepatiana? Anyway, it's in safe hands. Asante sana. Daktari Gonye will give a Thanksgiving for Mheshimiwa.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon one more time. Thank you. I just started here for a minute to appreciate the gesture shown by our area MP, Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro. We love you so much. Somebody said that because of what we are doing, that's why everybody is talking about Kiharu. But I wanted to say that that's why everybody is talking about Muranga, not Kiharu. And we thank God for you. We are so appreciative. Every time we have called you here, you have always come. We know you love this institution. We know even from our hearts. And these girls also love you. And at this point, I want to take this opportunity to say Asante Sana. And may God bless you. Your story is very moving. I think that's why you are sitting next to Professor Ayiro. Your story, the two of you, I think you need to write a book in, you can collaborate and do a book together. Otherwise, I want everybody to put their hands together. We give him one clap. Another one. And another one. Thank you. God bless you so much. Chair.
Can move the highest mountains, cross the greatest oceans, and walk across the world.
So we've come to the end of speeches from our guests. Because of our time, we want to finish that section. but we are right on the money. Lazima tujenge admin block. That's our agenda. Good news is that we are already at 8 million plus, which has been contributed by all of us. Can we clap for ourselves? When our chairperson of the board was giving her speech, she gave a rundown of how each category has given. We don't want to repeat that because of our time, but everybody has done exceedingly well. I was very moved, especially by the non-teaching staff. Walisema 1 month salary, a whole month salary. Atasijui ya mwezi walikaa aje. But it all went towards the project. Can we appreciate them in a special way? Thank you, our non-teaching staff and everybody else who has contributed. But now we want to open the floor for every other guest who has come. Kwena ile kikapu ikuje tu hapa. Want to do this very, very fast. I can see our vicar is here.
Thank you, Chair. Once again, praise the Lord. I have come here to represent my bishop. We were expecting him to come, but due to unavoidable circumstances, he is not able to be with us. I have just come to pass his apology and to give her contribution on promissory note of 50,000. Thank you.
So Bishop 50,000. So this is how we shall do it. Lazima sisi wote to we top up on the contributions that we have given. And I don't know whether we had any other guests who we have not mentioned. We do not want to leave this place without recognizing all our guests. I don't think so. So we shall all stand up. Let's all stand up. We've been sitting for a long time. We've been seated for a long time. Tusimame tafadhali. We stretch a bit. Please stretch a bit. Okay, so we're going to start from our parents. I know you have given through your in the manner that you've been giving. But najua leo mjakuja fundraiser mkono tupu. I'm sure you have some top up for us. We have a pay bill number. I don't know where the pay bill number is. And we also ready to receive any cash donations or contributions. So let us do this very fast. Tafadhali wazazi, msituangushe. Unaona waheshimiwa wetu, they've done very, very well. Kindly, so that you can do this within 10 minutes. Whatever you have, whether you have come with 10,000, whether you come with 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, whatever it is, we shall receive it. DJ, tuweke some good vibe that inspires us to give. Tafadhali. And